Have you ever caught yourself saying things like this? I am too old to lose weight, or I'm too old to get in shape, or I'm too old to build muscle. All of those, my friends, are excuses. So I'm going to stop you right there because this just is not true. In this video, I'm particularly going to be talking about our bodies and as we age and the excuses that we tell ourselves. But honestly, this can apply to any excuse we give. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. I work too much. I've got 6 kids. Well, guess what? This mom right here has 6 kids and I happen to be in the best shape of my life, and I am also over the age of 40. So I am here to tell you that these excuses are not true. So let's kick them to the curb, and I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for building muscle and keeping it at any age. So my number 1 tip is going to be stop dieting. So as we age, we are unable to utilize protein as effectively as when we were younger. This makes it more challenging to build and keep lean muscle. It is a huge reason we should not jump on the fad diet bandwagon. When we go on these crazy diets, we are starving our bodies of the things that it needs to run at its optimal level. All dieting does is it hurts our health and it sabotages all the effort that we are putting into staying happy and healthy. I know that you usually have good intentions when you go on a diet. I mean, who doesn't? I don't think we do it intentionally to hurt ourselves, but when we do these diets, we are doing more harm than we are good. So instead of focusing on the things that you're missing out on and what you have to take away from what you're eating, then think about healthier choices that you can make and the positive changes that you can make to your health. So think of it this way. When we are restricting and creating extreme deficits, then we are also restricting our muscle growth. We are hindering our progress. We ultimately end up gaining weight and creating even more work for ourselves because then we have to fix the damage that we've done. I know this can be a scary thought to think about eating more food instead of the opposite, especially when media and the news and all these conflicting messages that we get through the internet have told us the exact opposite. They want you to buy into the less is more mentality or tell you that you need a magic pill, but that is not the solution. So you just have to trust me and believe that we've got to fuel our bodies and eat more delicious food and not create these terrible calorie deficits. Instead, focus more on the quality of the food that you're eating instead of how much or how little you're eating. We want to shoot for high protein, complex carbs, and low fat. And also be mindful of your meal timing because fasting is another one of those fad diets that will end up just getting you in trouble and hindering you as you get older. When you're in a fasted state, your muscle protein balance is in the negative. So this ultimately means that you're going to be losing muscle instead of building it, not to mention you are keeping your body from having those stored fuel sources. So then if you work out fasted, you don't have that push to get through those workouts or give it as much as you could if you had eaten before you worked out. So this brings us to number 2, and my number 2 tip is going to be use it or lose it. It's as simple as it sounds. If you're not using your muscles, then you are going to be losing those muscles. So as we get older, we need to be doing moves that are going to be challenging us, that are going to help us change things up, confuse our bodies, and keep those lean muscles building. If we are not doing things that are challenging us, then over time, we are going to lose our stability as well as our muscle mass. So constantly be working on stability moves, challenging moves, strength training. It is all great things to utilize as we get older. A big reason that older people fall a lot. I mean, you hear it all the time about older people that break their hips or break their ribs or injure themselves because they just fall over. It is because we are losing that mobility. We are not challenging our bodies. We're not keeping flexible and limber. We're not building muscle, which also affects our bone density. And that's why we get hurt so easily as we get older. So in order to prevent it, you need to use it or lose it. I mean, think about it. We weren't strong and capable when we were younger because we didn't do anything. We made effort to stay strong and healthy. And if you want to stay strong and healthy, then you have to continue to do those things as we age. I know this can be hard and it can be challenging. And like I said, as we get older, these things are going to get harder and they are going to be more challenging, but don't use that as an excuse. It's even more of a reason for us to push through, get through the uncomfortable, do the things that you need to do because we do not want to lose mobility. We don't want to lose our bone density. We don't want to lose that lean muscle. We want to keep it. So what got you there in the first place is going to keep you there. So don't be a lose it. You want to use it. So my number 3 kind of piggybacks on number 2, and that is mobility work. So as we get older, our recovery changes and we feel new aches and pains and things we never felt when we were younger. We're super quick to blame these things on, oh, well, I'm just getting older, instead of realizing the underlying reason, the problem. The cause of the problem is just like situations in life, we'll get sick and we just throw a Band-Aid on it. We take a medication, but that really is not solving the issue. And it's the same thing as you get older with your mobility and your strength. You want to hit the problem at the root cause and not just put a Band-Aid on it. Don't just make excuses. Don't just settle for, well, that's the way it is now, because it doesn't have to be that way. A lot of the reasons our bodies change and the reason we feel these new aches and pains and changes is because of the overuse and the overload and the overcompensations that we have put our bodies through over the years. So ignoring these issues, is not, oh, and I just lost my jacket, is not the answer. It is actually quite detrimental to our health. It is detrimental to us keeping muscle, good movement, and flexibility. This is where mobility movement is so critically important. So mobility movement will help keep us limber and will even help us during recovery. It can even help with chronic inflammatory conditions that we tend to get as we age. And these inflammatory conditions can be a big roadblock to building muscle and maintaining flexibility and all those good things that we want. When we recover, we rebuild. So recovery is super important and mobility work can come into play here in your recovery. This is why I am such a huge advocate for yoga. It is one of the best ways to get in a recovery, mobility, flexibility, all that good stuff in a very gentle movement. So outside of strength training, like I said, mobility needs to be a vital part of your workout regimen. So even on your days off, if you don't feel like strength training, be sure you're getting that mobility work in. I highly suggest yoga if you haven't given it a try. It is amazing. You will fall in love with it. And it's going to keep you limber, flexible, keep you maintaining that lean muscle mass that we want as we get older. So mobility work, that is number 3. So that is what I've got for you today. I hope it came in useful and I hope it really sparked some inspiration and an I can do attitude to help you realize that at any age, don't give yourself excuses, that you can build and keep lean muscle. Will it be harder? Yes. But is it worth it? Yes. So those 3 tips, just to recap, are going to be stop dieting, use it or lose it, and work on your mobility. 3 crucial factors to seeing success for building and keeping your muscle mass at any age. If you have any other tips that you would like to share, I would love to read about it. Leave a comment and let me know anything you'd like to add. Or even if you disagree with what I had to say, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. But I am going to go warm up. It is so cold out here, but it is beautiful. I love nature. It's another way to get that mobility in. You just go for a walk. Does the body good. Get the heart rate up a little bit. Get out in Mother Nature. That is the best therapy that there is. But that is it for this video. So thanks for tuning in, and I will make another one down the road sharing some more tips, but that's what I got for you today. So I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and have a very blessed one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.